I'm Kathy. I'm from Oberlin, Ohio, and I'm really happy to be here with you today. Well, she asked me at the end of an annual exam if I was interested, and what I had seen was a little bit of creeping of some lab numbers. And she said, I think you'd enjoy this. And I thought for a minute about it and realized, it would be a lot of fun. It would be fun to have somebody I could ask questions of. It would be fun to have the increased accountability. And I just thought it would be good for me and on many levels. And I was really, really very pleased and honored that she asked me if I wanted to do it. So I'm super glad I did. I liked the email a lot for a couple of reasons. First of all, I really liked being able to refer back to notes from Danielle. Like if I'd forget, what did she say about this? Or if I just needed a little reminder and a little encouragement. And then the other thing that I really appreciated about it was the ability to ask questions that in person I may feel vulnerable asking, like sharing my food log for 2 weeks, or things that feel a little awkward to ask in person or to ask somebody to take a look at. So I appreciated that it's not really confidential because it's between the two of us, but I appreciated the kind of safety, I guess, that comes with that sort of email exchange, because I didn't feel embarrassed to say, would you look at my food log and tell me where I'm messing up? Or embarrassed to say, what healthy choice could I make instead of eating this kind of pasta, what kind of pasta could I eat? So I really appreciated that a great deal. It was a good forum for me, both the privacy and the timing. What I noticed the most is I like the accountability. I mean, I'm that person who, if I'm doing a project through Asana and you complete a task, and the little unicorn jumps across the screen, and I get happy by that. So I appreciated the encouragement and the accountability. The other thing that was really good for me was when I started the program, things were going well. Everything was going smoothly, and I thought, oh, this would be really fun. And then about 2 months into the program, I encountered a really stressful, very stressful situation at work. And it was nice to have somebody to guide me through a difficult period, because often it seems like we come to a time of wanting to make change in our lives when things are going well. And we think, oh, I'll start that after, I finish this task, or I'll start that after I feel better about X or Y. But for me, it was super helpful to be in the middle of a crisis that was very stressful and have Danielle there, because the thing I noticed for myself was I started to notice in stressful times I would crave sugar. And so, for example, Danielle was able to talk me through the relationship between stress and sugar and cortisol, for example, and it gave us an opportunity to work on things like mindfulness and meditation and see options that I had. I think for me, I tended to think about these kinds of choices as being either black or white, and the program really helped me to see that there's an infinite amount of space between black and white. There's a lot of movement for variation, and there's a lot of options for, to make choices that may not be the absolute best choice, but it's a better choice than the one I was gonna make. And so in that regard, the timing was absolutely perfect. I would say do it. Totally do it. As I tell my friends I have this e-coach, they're like, everybody should have an e-coach. And I love it. I love being able to ask Danielle questions about, how many eggs should a person eat a week? What do I do if I pull this muscle? What do I do if I'm stressed out about this? What kind of meditation do you recommend for, for this kind of situation? How does mindfulness play into it? I think I would just say go for it and try it, and don't put it off, because often we put things off until we feel strong and we feel good. But the time that we need the coaching the most is maybe when we're not feeling strong and good, when we need we need input on how to make wise choices through the difficult times as well. So I would say totally do it. And the other thing about it is, it can only be, for me, I learned it can only be as successful as I am vulnerable. As much as I'm willing to share about myself in the process, gave Danielle more to work with and more ways to be helpful to me. So I would say, do it when even you think you don't need to do it. Do it when you want to procrastinate it and not do it. Be honest with yourself and allow yourself to be vulnerable, because this person really wants you to succeed. She wants you to succeed and have a wonderful and happy life. So I say go for it. It's lots of fun and very helpful. Okay, let's talk about judgment. So one of the other things that I really valued a great deal about the program and about working with Danielle was just not feeling judged. You know, so often, and I'm sure this is my own stuff, I would go into a situation and I'd feel like, oh, you know, this physician is judging me, or you know, my cholesterol level shifted, and I judge myself. But I think one of the really beautiful parts about the e-coaching is there was no judgment. She was simply there to help me, and she allowed me to take the lead. I didn't ever feel like she was pushing anything. I would ask a question and she would field an answer for me. You know, I was really the one who was in control of the situation, and I didn't feel at all judged in the process. So I really, really think it's a great program, and I hope that others take advantage of it.